Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Blue Abroad show. Obviously, big game this week, round 3 against the Cats. I like to get the opposition fans in, and I've got my boy Matthew Craig, my man. How are we doing?
Pretty well.
So Matt is the co-founder of REAL Music and AUD, Australia's largest hip-hop connect. Yeah. Mate, we go way back.
Oh, mate, we were just saying, it's been a decade?
Yeah. It's been 11 years.
11 years.
Law school.
Mate.
I still remember going in the library and you were working on this project called REAL Music. I didn't know what was going on. And here we are. Look at this.
A decade later, here we are. Welcome to Marshall Street Studios, the home of hip-hop around the north, out in Bundoora.
Yep.
So, this is where the magic happens.
Love it. Mate, talk to me. Big game this week. Yeah, I know that I'm that Carlton friend of yours who, is that tragic and we feel sorry for him. But, let me know a little bit about Geelong. What's going on your end?
Well, it feels pretty good after last week, to be honest, mate. There's nothing better than beating those poo and piss coloured jumpers, and especially doing it by 10 goals at home.
Yep.
So I'm riding pretty high at the moment. Obviously, it's been a long break in between, a disappointing year for us last year, the way it ended.
Yep.
But I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. I think our prospects are looking good. I think the shortened sort of season and quarters and the break has been good for our older brigade.
Well, there's no bye that you can come back from and
well, we sort of just had it.
Well, you just had it. So yeah.
and we didn't lose. So yeah. I guess we're looking alright.
The one thing about Geelong, and I'm really keen to get your take as a supporter. Obviously, you've grown up with as good of an experience as you can possibly have winning the flags. Obviously, a disappointing one that you lost, but what's the expectations like for you? Because from what I gather, there's still this angst like, hey, okay, the flags are done, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Are you happy that you're contending every year? I know you're not making the granny, I know you're not winning it, but you satisfied in that you're a good team?
Yeah, to be honest, you're never satisfied. I grew up through the 90s of watching Geelong lose. I think we lost 4 grand finals in the first 5 years of my life. It was. So I don't remember them all vividly, but I was growing up crying regularly as a Geelong supporter. So you guys knocked us off in 95.
Yeah, we did. We still replay it to this day.
Fair enough. But I grew up with the disappointment of the 90s in Geelong in the early 2000s. So I always just said I want to see one premiership.
Yeah.
And then I saw one, and then I'm like, I want 2. And then you get jealous and you get selfish and you want more, and so you're never fully satisfied, especially when you're contending. So I want another one, and to be honest, I want it this year because I want Gary to get one.
Yeah.
I want Gary to get one at home, and I think that finishes the narrative. And to be honest, if Gary can get one before his career ends, I'd probably be satisfied with that.
Yeah, but I think also, and again, this is an outsider's opinion, so correct me if I'm wrong from your end. You go and get Dangerfield, who's obviously, you go and get the best player in the competition at the time. Does he have to win a flag to fulfill the move, or has he already...
Oh, he's already transformed, I think, the club on more levels than just a playing perspective. And you'll hear a lot of people around the club, tantamount to that fact, he's head of the Players Association and that, just culturally what he's done on a media point of view. But you need the ultimate success, I feel. And to be honest, since we got Dangerfield... we finished top of the ladder, we've underperformed. There's no other way to say it. It's great to be challenging every year and contending, but when you're finishing top of the ladder, when you've got the best player in the comp, when you've got Joel Selwood and that running around, you really need to get the ultimate glory. And so there is a feeling amongst Geelong supporters that we have underperformed for the last 5 years, despite being up near the top, and that anything short of a premiership with that sort of squad is probably a failure.
Yeah. We last time we played was the last round of the year last year. 2 different clubs going in different directions. We were going into our end of season trip. You guys were going into a big finals campaign. We know how it ended, but obviously at the time it was you want to get some form. You spanked us by 68. The only shining light from my point of view was that Tom Hawkins was goalless. Jacob Wiedering has had a great start to the year, and I feel like from my end he's really he's here now. That number 1 pick, the pressure and whatnot. From your point of view, and be as blunt as you like, what do you see as a non-Carlton supporter of where we're at? Do you believe in what we're doing?
I saw the momentum when the T train first started rolling in. And but to be honest, it just seems like I've seen this cycle again, and I hate to say it. I don't want to break your heart, but
bro, we've known each other for 11 years, and it's been the same story.
It just goes around and around and around, and I don't know. Last week wasn't good, man.
Yeah.
I remember texting you just going after that start and just going like, what? Because I'd seen you build it up the last few months, man, and it breaks my heart because I do have a soft spot for Carlton.
Yep.
Being a Northern Suburbs boy, I've got a soft spot for you and seeing the pain that you've been through, man. I don't know. I think you got some good young talent, like Jack Martin, Wiedering. Like you've got, Patrick Cripps is obviously a star and should be a legend of the game by the time his career finishes, if all goes to plan.
Yeah.
But be honest, what changed at Geelong was a big cultural change.
Yeah.
That what led us to those premierships. We had to throw everything out. Not only on a playing list, like that whole Mark Thompson rebuild, you'll remember, Brian Cook, Frank Costa, like we had to do a total rebuild as a club and our culture to get success.
Yeah.
I'm not ingrained enough in Carlton to know whether you've gone through that extent. I've seen a lot of changes and transitions, but I don't know whether the board's as settled as it needs to be. I know there's always murmurings around the Carlton football clubs, around the board and dissatisfaction there, but to win a flag, I think you need an organisational and a total cultural shift.
Yep.
And so anything short of that, I'm not sure whether you get flags.
Yeah. I mean, with you guys, Brian Cook.
Yeah. He's the greatest pickup we've ever had. Like
top of the food chain.
Yeah, absolutely. And also then for him to bring in guys like Neil Baum, Stephen Wells, Stephen Hocking, like we've just had incredible people off the field that have contributed to that on-field success, and I don't think you can win a flag without that.
Yeah,
it takes a club to win a flag.
For sure. I mean, you get the off-field right. We feel like the off-field is right. We hear all about the financials being successful. We're cutting our debt in half. We hear about all of this. We've gone to 4 or 5 drafts in a row where we've had top picks in the top 10. We think they're the right ones. The only ones for me that have really shown so far that they're actually working. Jacob Wiedering was a number 1 pick. Yeah. Sam Walsh, we're pretty confident that we got it right.
I say this with all due respect. Who's won at Carlton before? We're from the playing list to the coaching list. Who are the winners? Who are the premiership?
It is a fucking great question. We literally spoke about it last night.
Yeah.
Our 5 senior guys on the list, right? Simo.
Yep.
He's about to break the record for most losses in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Murph, Cruiser, Ed Curnow, Levi Casbolt.
I don't know how to win.
And that's the thing.
What about from a coaching perspective? Like, was Teague part of those North Melbourne premierships or not? I know he was after that.
He was after that. So, Luke Power was an assistant coach.
Okay.
We brought him on this year.
Yeah.
He looks after, I think it's high performance, but it's literally, we looked at it last year. You guys have got Scarlett there. I think Ian Wright's still there. I'm pretty sure Carousella's an assistant coach.
I don't know if Nigel Lappin's still there, but he's been involved for years.
You've
just winning culture.
Nailed it, mate. You've nailed it. It's something we lack.
Yeah.
Our senior, like Cripps and Doherty, are these young leaders, and who are they going to look up to in the club? And I love Simo. I love Murph. I love Murph.
Yeah, I know how much like him.
But the reality is, they don't know what it takes to, win a flag.
Yeah.
Juddy came and brought that, and you saw in 2011 we rose a little bit. It was cut short for various reasons, but I think you've literally. I know you said you haven't seen the inside of Carlton, but that is exactly what's wrong.
Yeah, so I feel, and Juddy was it. I feel like Juddy was he was great. He brought a Brownlow and he brought a real height to Carlton, and you'll forever be indebted for what Juddy did.
We did beat Geelong those years at some point as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think winning is a culture, success is a culture, and I feel you can't manufacture that until you've experienced it at some stage. So maybe that's where you're short.
Maybe for you guys, because obviously before you became really good and won the flags. We
had to go through a lot of pain.
Yeah, we're coming out of losing by 10, 11 goals. Now we're sort of staying competitive in games. We still haven't gone through sad finals losses yet.
There's a moment.
Okay.
I can remember the moment I knew Geelong was going to be a champion team.
Okay.
It was 2004.
Yeah.
Brisbane were coming to the end of their incredible reign, and we had this young team, and we beat them down at the Cattery.
Okay.
And we had no right to win that game, but we had these young guys, these Gary Abletts and these Steve Johnsons and these Paul Chapmans and these guys who just wouldn't take no for an answer, you know what I mean? And we're just battling, and Max Rook and these sort of guys. And I remember us, pinching a game against them.
Yeah. Down
at the Cattery, it was pouring rain in mid-2004. And that's when I went, this team is going to be a champion team, because you just saw a spark there, and you saw a hunger and a desire to win that I'd never seen before at Geelong.
Yep.
And I think you'll know, you'll because until then, I'd lived however many years of my life as a heartbroken Geelong supporter, and had never had the moment where I'm like, I fully believed. But it was 2004, and we made the finals that year. I think we got knocked out in a prelim that year. And we were well on the road, and I saw the look in those guys' eyes, the Chapmans, the Ablets, the Bartels, and hopefully we can see that from the Crips and those guys.
Well, the problem with what you've said is, I see that moment every day of my life. I see it every day. No, I know what you mean. I thought I felt that moment round 3, 2012, or 3-0, we beat Collingwood by 60. And I was like, we're I think you were. I reckon you were away that year.
I was overseas.
Yeah, you were. That year. Yeah, so you would have heard me cheering from from over there. But no, look, it's a good insight because you guys, you went to the draft year after year. You nailed the picks.
Yeah.
You fostered a good culture. You got the off-field people right. You brought in the right assistant coaches and whoever else you needed to. I think. Look, I don't know, and we talk about it a lot. Like, we're fans. We watch a lot of Carlton, we watch a lot of footy, we think we know the answers, but there's so much we don't know that goes on the inside.
You've got to be patient as well. I know you're really patient, but I feel like, not necessarily you, and I'm not sure whether it's Carlton people or Carlton board, but you guys have tried and failed on so many different projects over the last decade or whatever. It took Mark Thompson 8 years.
Yeah, he was nearly gone, right?
He was end of 2006.
Yeah.
We had the massive review, and he was nearly gone. And credit to Brian Cook, who did this massive review of the club, and went, Mark Thompson's a great coach, but he's doing too much else.
Yep.
And then so put the right people in positions to enable him just to be a coach.
Yep.
And so that was that review. But to be honest, it was 7 years of building that list to get to that point. We brought him in at the end of '99.
Okay.
So that's an 8-year build to get a flag, and then obviously the success that came after that. A lot of the success we're experiencing now, obviously the list has changed, but those cultural pillars that were built in those 8 years, we're reaping rewards 20 years later.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a long build, and you're going to have to go through a lot of hurt. And Matt, if Teague's the guy, and I've seen a lot of hype from Carlton people that I respect and know and trust. If Teague's the guy, well, you got to back him regardless.
Yeah. See, I just can't see us backing him if we're having 5 or 6 game winning seasons year after year. He's got a 3-year deal.
He's got to see that out.
Yeah.
He has to see that out.
I know what we're like.
So why? And that's what I'm saying. You guys pull the trigger a lot, and that's the from an outside perspective.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Concern.
That's a good insight. Yeah, no,
I think you've just got to stick with it and trust with it. And if I saw the hype when Teague came on board, the Teague train memes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt the buzz around Carlton.
Yep.
And so you've got to remember that and stick with that, and it's a 3-year plan.
Yeah.
Last week sucked. I get that, but you're gonna have those moments.
Yeah. Because it's also because of the potential. There is talent there.
You guys got a really good young list.
It's there. Yeah. The core. We've drafted the core. I remember, let's say before this rebuild, I remember thinking, where is the future? Who's going to carry the team forward? Whereas now I know we've drafted our forwards. We've got a great midfielder. Yeah. Maybe not a great midfield. We've put pieces around him. We're adding a few more pieces. But you're right. There is an element of patience that we need to have. Yep. But look, for me, going into this week, I don't expect to win. I think it would be silly and disrespectful to Geelong to say we're going to win, but we got to compete. Yeah. We've just got to compete. We lost by 11 goals or 12 goals last time. I feel like the season was over a little bit. We're staring at a barrel of 0-3. We're obviously in year 5 of this rebuild. The club gives us the message about we've written this 5-year plan. This is year 5 of the 5-year plan. So we want to see just improvement. We didn't give a yelp in the first quarter last week, and we do that against you guys on your home deck early in the season where you play your best footy, everyone's for the most part healthy, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
But what do you think this week?
Yeah.
Just give it to me, brother.
Yeah. I don't want to be arrogant as well because if there's anyone that can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, it's Geelong. We've gone to many a game as certainties and coughed them up before.
Yep.
But having said that, no, look, we should win, and we should win comfortably if we perform to our peak and our ability.
Yep.
I think on paper the two sides are pretty different.
Yep.
But also at very different stages of our cycle.
Yep.
Anything short of a prelim or a grand final this year for us is a massive failure in my opinion.
Yeah. Wow.
I think we need to be around that mark.
Yep.
So I think we're at different stages of the cycle. We should win, and we should win comfortably. But I just want to see continued good footy. We're only 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Shorter quarters, all that. I was really impressed with what I saw last week.
Yeah.
The matchup, I think that I'm interested in. I know you are as Hawkins and Wiedering.
Yeah,
like that's gonna. Hawkins was goalless last week.
He's due.
He's due for a big one.
Very due.
He's due for a big one. I'm a massive Tom Hawkins fan, as you know. I think when he's on, he's one of, if not the best, like competitive big men in the forward line in the game. But Wiedering's got a really good track record going, and that I think he's like, I know we talk about Cripps, but he's a real bright light, and a premiership side's got to be built on good defence.
Yeah.
Like we were blessed to have Matthew Scarlett and Tom Harley, and now Harry Taylor,
Enright.
These absolute legends that you have to build around.
Yeah.
And now we've got guys like Tom Stewart. Why you gave up Zach Tui, thank you for that one. But
we gave you Henderson, it's alright.
But
thanks for Darcy Lang too.
Yeah, you're welcome on Darcy Lang. Yeah, I think that's an interesting matchup, and you should just look for wins around the ground, and like things like that will be important. But yeah, you guys want to be competitive this week.
Yeah.
I think we should win, and we should win comfortably. I'm predicting we will win by about 6 or 7 goals.
Yeah.
But if we put in a good performance, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be a walk in the park. Like, you guys have got a lot to avenge after last week.
Yeah.
And especially in the first 10 minutes, you're going to know.
Yeah.
Because you guys can't rock up like you did last week.
No. We the fans know it.
Yeah.
We did it in round 1. Did it in round 2. I hope the players know it. I'm sure they do. I'm sure that they're seeing what we're seeing, and I'm sure it's being spoken about. But for us, it's just let's just see it.
Yeah. And you guys have knocked us off here and there over the years as well, so like
it's been a while, but
yeah. But
I still remember Bryce Gibbs having his best game or his breakout game, it was that Eddie Harris Selwood kicked the game winner.
Yeah.
Got bumped after the kick as well. Yeah, I was trying to give you shit as well. It always happens. Half time I'm sending you a text.
Yeah.
End of the game I'm getting one from you and I'm ignoring you. Yeah. So
anyway. We always have pre-game beers and never post that.
It's just I'm a one-eyed Carlton supporter. But now look, mate, appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you. I say this, it doesn't matter the cameras here. 2012, I still remember that. Still remember walking in and you had the logo up on your laptop. Law school kids, we were going to go down that path, and now we're out here chasing a dream.
Yeah, that's it.
Doing it for the North.
Doing it for the North.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we are. So thanks for your time, and
Well.
go the Blues.
Oh, go Cats.